Diecast Norms is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say some shit. Viewer and parental discretion is advised. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Diecast Norms Galactic Hooligan! And I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me today. I can't stand how happy I am to see you all here. You are all looking fanatical. Each and every one of you are actually stupendous today, and it shows, especially this guy with the top hat and the monocle. And are you actually getting ready for a ballroom or anything like that? Because, guys, you should actually see her. She's looking pretty good, you know? Like, yeah, that's nice. I appreciate each and every one of you today. I am almost at 500 subscribers. I really would love to, push for more subscriptions and everything. So, I'm going to ask you all to hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It's a small step for you, but a giant step for me. And remember, it doesn't cost you one thing except for a second of your time. So please subscribe. And also, make sure you smash that notification button. And that means that you'll actually know whenever I'm around, or at least until I actually hit 500 subscriptions or something, so I can actually be more noticed and everything. But, you know, that's all algorithms and everything. Help me defeat my algorithm monster. Today, we're going to be going into the primordial age. And that means I'm reviewing no one less than Optimus Primal here from the Kingdom line. I love this figure. I've actually been posting a lot of photos out there on Facebook and everything, and on the Instagrams and on Twitter about Optimus Primal. He's an amazing figure, and he was actually the figure that actually got me into the Beast Wars line for the Kingdom line. So, I really love this guy. I really can't wait to dig into him. This guy was actually the one that started me off with buying the the Beast Wars Kingdom figures. It's the reason why I love Tigatron as much as I actually do. It's the reason why I love Megatron as much as I actually do. And if you've actually gotten a chance to go back and see some of those reviews, those guys are spectacular. This guy is no less spectacular. So I'm going to take you into him. Welcome to my show. And now, without holding anything up any further, let's maximize! Hello everybody and welcome back again. I really appreciate you coming in to see this introduction to Optimus Primal here. He is an ape, and I really love everything that's actually going on into this. Let's take a really good look at this guy. I really wanted to take a closer look into this guy to show you exactly how great this sculpting actually is on his monkey mode here. He actually has a lot of fur texturing and everything. You know, this is actually really, really beautiful. I love what they actually did with the hands over here and everything. Just very, very cool. Love the fact that they actually give it a hinge. The fur details over here also, but also the toes and everything, even though I keep on wondering if they could have actually moved this part of the toe way back and everything like that because of what he actually is. We're actually going to keep on going into his back and everything, and we actually have a lot of fur detail in the back as well and everything. There isn't really a whole lot that you can actually do to hide some of the robot bits and everything because it is Beast Wars and everything. And even in a Masterpiece, they actually had a hard time of hiding certain bits and pieces and everything like that on Optimus Primal and everything, you know. But you actually really have to love exactly how much great detailing they actually got in here. So impressive. I love this arch right over here on his cranium here and everything. This guy is just beautiful to me. And look at those eyes are actually gorgeous on him and everything, you know? I didn't even realize that he actually had actual pupils here and everything until you actually look really, really deep into this guy. He's great. Somebody that, like, even Caesar could actually be proud of and everything, you know? Just really, really awesome. I have a little bit of flash over here, but it's not, it doesn't really bother me or anything like that whatsoever or anything. As far as any kind of like bit when it comes down to QC issues, from the beginning, this guy was actually fantastic. One of the things that I'm actually really impressed with is all the musculature that actually goes into his pectoral area here. It kind of looks to me as though they did a good study on everything that's actually going on in here and everything. I'm actually really surprised to see like a real indent for the clavicle over here. There's like the clavicular head, sternocostal head. It's really, really nice. The sternum over here, really strong presence there and everything also. Just really beautiful stuff here. So of course you're actually going to notice a lot in the way of like ape details and everything like that also, you know, because he is an ape. And you actually have like a lot of great fur texture details and everything. Just a really beautiful sculpt altogether. And yeah, you can actually keep his weapons on him altogether. Now, I actually I took a few pictures of Optimus Primal a couple of days ago and shared it all over Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And some people actually said that they actually didn't like the fact that you could actually, that you didn't have weapon storage for him and everything. And I, as far as weapon storage, something that can actually totally be held in the, into his body. And I really think that this is actually perfect, you know? I love the way the swords are actually done. If they actually did have to, be put away into the body, there would actually have to be some way of transforming those swords, and I just love the solid look of them. Let's take you more into Optimus Primal. As far as these swords are actually concerned, you can actually take them off. They do peg in really, really well right over here in his back in ape mode and robot mode, because they actually both share the same ports, so you can actually take them off. And there you actually have him in total ape mode and everything. So he actually does come with quite a bit of articulation. Yeah, I can actually do a 360 right over here, uninhibited altogether. You can actually put his arms out like this, and you would actually have to break up the mold a little bit and everything like that, and this actually forms like a piece of the robot mode also and everything. Those of you who are actually in know already know that. You actually have a bicep rotation right over here. You actually have more than 90 degrees and everything like that. It's almost like a double hinge without having a double hinge. It's really nice. Breaks everything up right over here by his elbow and everything, but I really don't mind that so much or anything. And you actually have wrist articulation right over here. He actually has opening palms. He can actually move his head out a bit, you know? And you can actually get an extreme up and everything, not so much in the way of a down because of the way his chin actually hits his chest. But you can actually go all the way up like this, and you'll actually feel quite a bit in the way over here of the toyetic designs and everything with mushroom pegs and everything. He can actually kick out. He actually does have something right over here for his legs and everything, so that's actually pretty cool. He can actually move his knee backwards, and you can actually move it like this also and everything, dealing with this hinge and this double hinge right over here, so that's actually okay. You actually have a little bit of leg movement right over here, broken at his calf, and you actually have this going on and everything, the ankle rocker joint and everything like that, you know. That's pretty much it as far as that's concerned. And he actually, with that, oh, also, you do actually have a lot of waist articulation over here also. Now, one more thing that I actually love on the anatomy is that we actually have these pieces right over here that actually forms a really cool kind of butterfly kind of a thing. It can actually do a butterfly in, so you can actually have him hold two swords in front of him and everything like that, and that works out really well, and I'll show that a lot more when he's actually in robot mode. But that's really, really nice also, you know. So he really does have a really good range of movement and everything, and they didn't really have to do this whole thing, but it's nice that they did. And his toes actually do come with a little bit of flexion here, so that's actually really nice. That actually makes for like a really nice, well-rounded Optimus Primal. Now remember, Optimus Primal actually becomes the robot from his ape mode, so they will share the same articulation pretty much there and everything, all except for this piece right over here that actually forms his legs. But one thing that I love about Optimus Primal here is that you can actually bring these back like this. And if you actually really wanted to get him in kind of like an apish, like more of an apish mode and not more of a Planet of the Apes mode, you can actually kind of like do this whole thing. And he comes out really, really nice. It just looks really natural. And I love this so much and everything. Like, that's actually very, very cool. Makes me happy to actually see like an ape mode where you actually have like an ape being able to like do this and stand at the same time and everything. And everything looks very, very natural. And I think that's actually wonderful about this guy. I'm gonna give you some size comparisons. Primal and Tigatron. Here's Optimus Primal and Red Alert. Optimus Primal and Optimus Prime. Here's Optimus Primal and Beast Wars Megatron. So great. I really love messing around with them. But now it's time to get you into transformation. Maximize! Transforming Optimus Primal is really, really easy. And it's actually intuitive, but really, really easy. So first thing we want to do is let's lift these arm guards up like so. Then we're actually going to straighten out his legs and let them connect right over here. Now mine actually doesn't really form like that great of a connection or anything. There's a peg that actually goes right in here. And hold on, just let me give you a little bit more light so you can actually see. But there's a peg that actually goes right in here into the kneecap. And it doesn't really make a secure connection, but it actually makes a connection good enough. We are actually going to bring this leg down at the same time. We'll remove this piece right over here, the butt flap piece that actually goes right over here, and we'll actually bring it up, rotate it, and we'll bring it right over here. There's a peg that goes right in there. That's great. Then we're going to twist his waist around. We're going to open this up right here. And right here, you'll actually see his dual head right there and everything, his Optimus Primal head. We're going to flip the chest around to reveal his robot chest. We will bring this out right over here. There is a stem that actually goes right out, and we'll twist his monkey head around. We are going to then get these pieces right over here, and it's usually harder to get it out once you actually have like everything in place. So you just want to give it a couple of twists from one place to the other and bring out those rocket guns, those shoulder cannons right over here. Then we're going to rotate all of this around and then bring the head like this, and then push everything back and bring everything over here and just close everything off. There we go. Just so you can actually see it once again. We just want to make sure that we close everything off right there. And that's actually a really beautiful connection. And then just bring the toes down, let it snap on that hydraulic right there, and bring that down and make sure that piece connects. And there we go. And now we have Optimus Primal in robot mode. And let's take a look at it. I'm loving Optimus Primal here. He is looking really great. Let's take a close look at this face over here. Just really brilliant. I love like the red eyes over here. I love this crest. It's a beautiful crest. I love all the detailing that actually goes in here. I love the fact that they even got like all the mouth bits and everything. If we actually remove the rocket pads, if we actually remove the shoulder launchers over here and everything, he's actually got like a lot of great detailing on the ears too and everything. just a really stunning look at this robot mode. I mean, just really stunning. He's just got like just a really stunning head sculpt, and I love this so much. I love like all the panel linings that are actually going right in here. Just really looks like he's actually right from the animation. Taking a closer look, we actually have like his new robot chest and everything, which is actually great. And I know that a lot, you know, from Iron Man to Cyborg to Optimus Primal, we actually all have this thing going over here. It's actually supposed to look like the Matrix, but yeah, like this arc kind of reactor look and everything like that. That's actually kind of like commonplace in like a lot of robots and cyborgs and everything. But just really stunning details in robot mode. He's really, really great. I love that. I've always loved that hydraulic look for his leg, for his feet and everything. Just very, very cool. And as always, he does come with all the fur details. And one other thing that I actually kind of wish is I kind of wish that we actually had the rocket pack going right over here. Like we actually have like a lot of this sculpted detail that's actually really suggestive of the rocket pack and everything. That's really, really nice, and it's actually great attention to detail and everything. I just kind of wish we actually had like something that was actually like a little bit more prominent and everything, you know? But like really, really great stuff. I love Optimus Primal. Primal is loaded with articulation over here. He actually still keeps the butterfly right over here. You actually have like a lot of movement going into his neck altogether and everything. He does look up slightly, he does look down slightly and everything, but like he actually has like a good realm of movement here, and that's actually really nice. He actually still keeps the 360 in his arm and everything. You can actually bring his arms out on that hinge right over there. You actually have a bicep tricep rotation right over here. That's really nice. He still keeps the he actually still keeps like the good range of movement right on this elbow right over here. Again, it breaks everything up, but that's okay. He actually has a 360 right over here on his waist, uninhibited. He actually has wrist articulation. He actually has fingers, and that's actually really nice. They're all joined on this one hinge over here, but it's still nice to actually see that actually happening. He can kick up that far. And be careful, if you ever have like a copy, the paint on this is actually really, really thick, and it's actually really robust and everything. What actually happened with mine is that I kept on like making the kicks and everything like that, and some of the paint actually did scratch off on the inside of his inner thighs and everything like that, you know? Not too drastic of a deal breaker or anything like that. It's just that they actually did really put a good amount of paint on this, and that's something that you actually have to watch out for. But like that paint actually still makes him look stellar, you know? That's great. He actually kicks out like about that far. Yeah, oh, look at this. I never even tried this or anything like that. He's actually got like kung fu skills up the wazoo and everything, you know? That's actually great. He actually has thigh rotation. It will be blocked off by the fact that by his sculpt and everything. So that's actually kind of a shame, but it's actually still kind of nice. He actually still keeps like the lower leg rotation right over here. It's just slight. So it's not like really like a whole lot, but it's actually pretty nice. He actually does come with a a knee bend right over here. That's actually really drastic. If you actually really wanted to use like another piece right over here, you could actually go over to this hinge right over on the inside of his like right on the very top of his knee, and you could probably give him a little bit more boost and everything like that. So that's actually okay. He actually does come with the ankle rocker and everything. He doesn't come with any dorsey. He does come with like a little bit of flexion though. So it's actually kind of like the opposite of what was actually happening with his ape mode and everything, you know. But aside from that, everything is great on this guy. He is just a really, really great figure, and kind of like what a masterpiece should actually be and everything, you know. it's really wonderful, and I love all the attention that they actually gave him. Like, all the sculpting details are just beautiful. Everything about this guy is stupendous. As with the 8 mode, they actually did, you actually still have like the retention of being able to use the swords. So you can actually pop them in his hands, and that looks fantastic. And any pose that you actually put Primal in, where it actually comes down to swordplay, he is actually gonna look fantastic. Like, everything is just like really crisp and tight on this guy, and he's actually got like a lot of great tight joints and everything. I kind of feel like this is where the Hasbro QC should have actually went before. They did when it actually came down to swordplay with this guy, it was actually gonna look amazing and dynamic, and I really love everything that actually went on with this guy. He is just super. And as with Gorilla Mode, you can actually just like use these and just like take his swords out of his hands, and you can actually place them right on his back. The peg is actually going to be slotted right into this peg hole right over here. And that's pretty much his storage right there. It's really cool, it's really brilliant, and it doesn't really take a whole lot or anything like that. It just needs to look good on his back and everything. And that's beautifully done. I really, really love this. But that's not all on Primal, because he is actually Blast Effects compatible. So he actually does come with like these pieces right over here, where you could actually plug in a couple of Blast Effects and everything, and that looks pretty super. And you can actually like plug this one in also. So he's actually got like a lot of like fight value right there and everything like that with these Blast Effects and everything on his shoulder cannons. So that's actually really, really cool. But that's not all. If you take your Optimus Primal, there is a little piece right over here. All you need to do is push that out right over there to reveal these Gatlings, or I guess they're actually kind of like laser weapons rolled together and everything like that. But those are also Blast Effects compatible. So if you actually really wanted to use a couple of like other like Blast Effects and everything, it was pretty limitless and everything. So he actually has one right over here. I'm just going to place these Blast Effects right here and here. There we go. And that looks pretty cool and everything. So like if he's actually like in a place where he's actually got to like wield like a couple more weapons and everything, he can actually do that. And he also has one right over here as well. So all you have to do is push it on the slider, and there we go. And he is ready for action. And Primal really does not disappoint whatsoever. He is just great. And this is just to give you a for instance as what he'd actually look like all armed up with all the Blast Effects and everything. And I don't really normally do the Blast Effects demonstration or anything, but like I really, really love this. Like this is actually kind of like one of my favorite things about Primal and everything. And he looks like he's just like a one-man wrecking unit and everything. He's just awesome. I really love this guy. I'm going to give you some comparisons. Here we have Optimus Primal with Optimus Prime, Optimus Primal with Red Alert and Road Rage, Primal with Ultra Magnus and Tigatron, and Optimus Primal versus Beast Wars Megatron. Now I know I've actually been doing a lot of cross-dimensional stuff lately with like Beast Wars and like regular G1 stuff and everything, and there are a couple of people out there who actually told me that Beast Wars doesn't really work well with G1 or anything, and I beg to differ. I think they look fantastic together, and Optimus Primal really does come out to be worth his weight in gold and everything like that, you know? Like, I think they're actually great. All of these figures are actually fantastic, so if you can actually get a chance to find any one of them, you would not be disappointed. I've heard a lot of people have actually been like looking around for Primal himself and everything, and I've actually been finding a lot of them out there on like on the Facebook Marketplace and that sort of thing. And like I'm pretty sure a couple of other stores actually still carries him and everything, so he's out there for grabs. But this looks amazing to me. I really, really love this so much, you know? So that's not even my final thought. So I'm gonna give you final thoughts in just a moment. So what's more that I can actually say about Optimus Primal? he's fanatical. I love this guy so much. And I don't think I actually mentioned it in the video whatsoever or anything like that, but this plastic quality on this is superb. Just like really, really amazing. And I'm surprised that, you know, like with Hasbro, it's actually kind of like interesting and everything with Hasbro and now to Karatomi. It kind of feels like on certain projects, the plastic quality actually works, and others, it's kind of like lackluster. You know what I mean? So like, I really loved what we actually got. In fact, I actually really loved what we got with the whole War for Cybertron line. And I think that this guy is actually really, really well worth your time. Should you get him? Yes, you should. And I think he will actually make an amazing part of your collection. And to those of you on the cuff, I think you'll be super surprised with this guy. So once again, I really appreciate each and every one of you for joining me. And if you've actually made it this far, hit the subscribe button, you know, like it doesn't cost anything whatsoever. And I would actually love to see you guys over here because I have a seat here for each and every one of you joining me again through my trip through nerddom. Remember, be kind to each other out there because being kind is actually the best thing that you can actually do. It's the most gangster thing that you can actually do. Also, make sure you're kind to yourselves because you actually all deserve it. Also remember, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. Take care, everyone. I will definitely talk to you soon.